Today we are working on an '07 Ford Mustang and we are replacing the alternator. This is the old one, this is the new one. We already matched them up. First thing you want to do, disconnect the battery. I did the negative. There's so much of the wire loom connected that I can't stretch it on the side, so I just put some styrofoam under it just so it ain't keeping contact. Then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and right down here, you can't really see, but where my hand is, this is the belt tensioner. There's a little square opening, and I'm going to take my breaker bar with extensions, put it on there, and push down towards the ground to release the tension on the serpentine belt. Now once I release tension, I'm only going to take this top half off, just so I don't have to figure out the diagram of the belt. So let me get this belt off.
It's not gonna break, right?
Nah. So with the helping hand, I got someone holding the tension down on the tensioner, and then I just lift this top one off, drop it under, and leave it like that. That way, when I need to put it back on, all I do is push the tension, pull that back over. But if you can't find a belt diagram, it should be somewhere on the car, up in the emissions somewhere. It's on here somewhere, or you just Google it and you'll find it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a flathead screwdriver, and on this black electrical connector, I don't know if you'll be able to see, right in that little entry somewhere, I already loosened it, push in on it, and then the connector here, you'll be able to pull it out. See, this is where you push in, where my fingernail is, push in on that, that comes up. You want to go ahead and then, I took off it already, the power wire, this goes here. It's a 10 millimeter, loosen that. Then you got a bolt here at the bottom, 1, 2, 3. This top one is I believe is a 13. Give me 1 second, let me double check for y'all. The top one is a 13. This bottom left is a 13. And this right one with the little star long stud coming out is a 15. Break them loose, take them out. So I got all 3 of these lug nuts, or not lug nuts, but these bolts loose. This one is loose. That's a 13 millimeter. The bottom one here, loose, 13, and this is just a stud with the nut on it. It's a 15 millimeter bolt, and that is loose. The alternator should be free. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, this is free, because sometimes they be wedged in there and you may need a pry bar. So if you pay close attention, sometimes these nuts and bolts be different sizes, but in this case they're exactly the same. So it doesn't matter where those 2 bolts go, and this one is just a nut. So obviously that's just, can only go in one place, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this with one hand, but the alternator come off of that stud and she is out. Place this bitch in the box, grab your new one. Fuck. Move this black cord out the way. Yep. And sit this back in its spot, putting that stud down in there. Give me a minute. I got the camera moving, trying to do this shit with one hand. Let me get this alternator seated. I did it with one hand, but I can't do it with one hand again. So now we got our new alternator seated. I'm gonna go ahead and push in this black electrical connector. If I can get this bitch in there. Shit. You hear that snap? When you hear that snap, you know it's seated properly. I'm going to take this nut off. That should be already loosened from the factory. Should still be a 10 millimeter. Sit that here. Get this power wire on here. Onto the alternator. Put that dumbass nut on. Let's get everything hand tightened. And then you take your top stud, bolt, whatever. Oh, fuck. And get this shit started. I don't even think that's in there. Get this other one. I think I got some turn. What the fuck, man?
Oh, my bad.
No, you alright. I only needed to turn a few times. Get these little bolts in. Let me get these bolts in by hand.
Did you get yours down there or no?
I'm doing it myself. So now we got these started by hand, and then we're going to take this nut, screw that back on. And make sure you do it by hand because you don't want to cross thread anything. That's going in smooth. The same way I took it out is the same way it's going in. I'm just going to work it back and forth so it can go in evenly. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that last nut. Let me get these tightened down. So we got these tightened down. According to Google, it says the torque spats is 35 foot-pounds. And this little thing here I have to tighten down is 71 inch-pounds, which is different than foot-pounds. So let me tighten that down. So the next thing we're going to do is get our breaker bar, put it in our belt tensioner. With our long extension, we're going to pull so that the tensioner goes towards the ground. So as you pull up, I'm going to take the belt and slip it right on top. Let me get this on because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with the camera and his hand in the way.
Hey, stop.
So we got the belt on. Get my tools out. Only thing left to do, tighten up the battery. So now that we got the battery hooked up, which is an 8mm according to this vehicle, yours may vary. Before I start the car, I doubt it start because the battery was fucking super dead. I don't just start it. I have them take the key and just bump the engine, just zzz, zzz. That's just to make sure 100% that all the belts and stuff is on and they don't jump the track. Because if you just put it on and you miss something wrong and you start it, the belt go flying off, tear some shit up. So I always have them take the key and just go just to make sure it's on and then start the car. That's just my own preference. That's how I do them. But other than that, this is a 2007 Ford Mustang soft top convertible and alternator replacement. If you like these how-to videos, if it was helpful in any way, please hit the like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Have a nice one.